For those of you who follow my natural hair journey, you know what it's like when wash day finally comes around and you haven't touched your hair in a few days. So you know that it's already dry. And for those of you who are not familiar with it, what we like to do is to apply principles that you use to grow your faith to take care of your natural afro textured hair. And one thing that you know about natural hair is that if you don't moisturize it, if you're not putting oil, if you're not adding water, eventually it looks, well, these are coming out of twists. But it's extremely dry and brittle, and it starts shedding at the end. You have all of that. It's a whole to do. And I was supposed to do this a while ago and I didn't. So now I have to deal with it. But one of the things that's really important before you actually hop in the shower and wash your hair is to make sure that you do like a pre-poo, that you prepare your hair for like the trauma of washing. And so, sorry, 1 second. One thing that helps is to water and coconut oil. At least coconut oil is my favorite to try. It's just literally like not drenching your hair, but really dunking your hair in water and oil to get it soft and manageable and to detangle it. So it sort of is something like this before you hop in the shower. And you know, with our faith, it's the very same thing. In Matthew 3:11, John the Baptist was talking, and he says, I baptize you with water, but someone else is coming and he's going to baptize you with the Holy Spirit and fire. And we know in the Bible, in John 4, Jesus is that living water. And the Holy Spirit, oil in the Bible represents the Holy Spirit. So if you really want to go from your faith being dry and brittle and you shedding and breaking under trials, you have to experience that baptism of water and the Holy Spirit. There is no way that you can be filled with the Holy Spirit and your faith walk is still dry. Like, there is no obvious change in you, in the way that you talk, in the way that you act, in the way that you carry yourself, in the way that you love people. In your life, there will be those obvious changes. So I can't say that I'm going to put water and oil in my hair and do all that stuff and then it still looks like this. It doesn't make any sense. There should be some change, you know? So what we have to remember, of course, take care of the natural hair, moisturize, water, oil, do all that good stuff. But with our faith as well, you have to make sure that every single day you are pouring yourself out to God and say, Lord, I need your Holy Spirit in me. I need Jesus Christ in my life so that there will be that change in the way that I interact with people, in the way that I interact with you, and how I love and how I obey you and how I take in your word and how I live out your word and all of that stuff. We have to pray. Christianity has come to a point where we're all sort of not accepting, that's not even a word. Christianity has come to a point where we are okay with saying we love Jesus and we follow Jesus, but we still look the same way, we still act the same way, we still talk the same way, we still look like the world. That's not what Jesus came to do, to die for. He came to die to save us so that we can have abundant life. I'm not going to sit here for hours in my hair doing all this stuff for my hair to still look like this. What would be the point? What would be the purpose? And so we have to get out of that mold where we think, I'm following Jesus, I'm filled with the Holy Spirit, but my language is still raw and brutal. I'm not just talking about foul language. I'm talking about the way that we talk to people. We're still impatient. We're still gluttons. We're still prideful. We're still promiscuous. Our minds are still dirty. The way that we dress is still, like the world. The way that we interact with people who don't get along with us is still the same. There should be that difference. So that's what we need to remember about faith and fro, and pray for me as I deal with this today. It's growing though. It's growing. I've gone way past my goal. It's like, ooh, you can't see it. It's like down there.